Hello, welcome to another session of a quick mini lesson today. My name is Mr. Pugh, and I will be talking to you today about constructing a box and whiskers plot. I love constructing box and whisker plots. It's my favorite thing to teach to my students. Now, you know, dealing with box and whisker plots, you must know your measures of variation. There are 5 points that I always tell my students to look out for when constructing a box and whisker plot. And I'm identifying the first 5 for you. But the first 3 are so easy to remember because everyone already knows the first one. Of course, the first part you should look for is your median. It's the median. So I would say, tell my students to write down and identify the first 5 parts. The second part of a box and whisker plot is your lower quartile. The next part is your upper quartile. Now, the best part about this is your lower and upper quartile are just your medians. It's the median of the lower set of data. And upper quartile is the median of the upper set of data. And the last 2 points when constructing a box and whisker plot is your lower extreme and your upper extreme. And the final thing with the dealing with box and whisker plot, a box and whisker plot uses a number line as its graph. So when you're dealing with box and whisker plot, you must use a number line. It uses a number line to display its data. And it breaks the data up into 4 parts. You should have got the hint when you see the word quartile. It breaks up into fourths. So now, I have a set of data right here. And what we're going to do, we're going to construct a box and whisker plot with the following set of data. So I already identified my first 5 parts. So let's look. So the first thing I'm going to do is construct my number line. I'm going to look at my data. Now, you don't always have to start your number line with 0. I see my lowest number is 26 and my greatest number is 55. So I might start off with 20. I'm going to decide to skip count by 5. I could do 5, I could do 10s, I could do 2s. But if you do 2s or 1s or 3s, your number line will be that much longer. As you see, I don't have that much room. So I'm going to skip count by 5s. And other maths and rules come into play when you're constructing your graph. You want to try to keep your intervals as even as possible. And your intervals are the space in between each number on your number line. I'm doing this freehand, so I'm doing my best I possibly can to keep it even as possible. And there you go. So now, I'm going to first find my median. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 numbers inside this set of data. So what I'm going to do is find, it's 11 numbers, so I know there's going to be one number in the middle to be my median. So I'm going to count the first 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and count back 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I notice there's one number that I did not underline, which was 38. 38 becomes my median. What I'm going to do next is go to my number line and place a point on top of 38. I see I have 35 and 40. I know 38 is a little bit closer to 40, so I'm going to a little bit closer to 40 and put my point for 38, which is my median. The next thing I'm going to do is find my lower quartile. Here's what I'm talking about. That's a big word. It looks different. Don't be afraid of it. It's just another word for it is your median. Lower quartile are all the numbers that are lower than my median. I need to find the median amongst those numbers. So my median amongst those numbers, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. Once again, it's an odd number, so therefore, it should be one number in the middle. 1, 2, 1, 2, which is 32, which is my lower quartile. I'm going to say L, Q, I say M for that. So my lower quartile is 32. So I'm going to go to my box and my number line and place 32 close to 30, but a little bit more, but not close to 35. So next, I'm going to find my upper quartile. The upper quartile are the numbers greater than my median, and I need to find a median amongst those numbers. Once again, it's 5 numbers. The middle number is 51. That's my upper quartile. So my upper quartile is 51. So I'm going to go ahead with my number line and place a point for 51. And I know that 51 is right after 50, so it's really close to 50. Make my points a little bit larger. There you go. And your first 3 points creates your box. So basically, all 3 medians creates your box. So therefore, I'm going to put my box around the upper and lower quartile. Your first median splits the box in half. There you go, right here. There go my box. The last 2 points are the easiest. Oh, you should like this. The lower quartile, the lower extreme, it's the lowest number in your set of data, which is 26. So I'm going to put a point on the number line for 26. The lower upper extreme is the largest number in your data, which is 55. Put a point for 55. And 55 is the number on my number line. It makes it very easy for me. Now, I'm not finished, because not all box whisker plots will have whiskers. So it's something I have to use or call or check. It's called an outlier. I have to check for my outlier, which is it's the difference between your quartile, your interquartile range. So therefore, my interquartile range will be 51 minus 32. Now, it's an interquartile range, not the range, but the interquartile range. It's the difference between the highest quartile and the lowest quartile. 51 minus 32, which gives me 19. Now I have to multiply 19 times 1 and 5/10, which gives me 28 and 5/10. So now I have to take this number, this product, and I have to subtract that from my lowest number in my data. I'm sorry, from my lower quartile. What is 32 minus 28 and 5/10? That gives me 4 and 5/10. I have no number lower than 4 and 5/10, so therefore my lowest number 26 is a part of the data. Boom. Then now I have to add this to my upper quartile. 51 plus 28 and 5/10 gives me 79 and 5/10. I have no number larger than 79 and 5/10, so 55 is a part of my data. And we just constructed a box and whiskers plot. And remember, a box and whisker plot breaks data into 4 parts. And the last thing I'm going to show you, look at the 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I always tell my kids a quick hint. There's only 5 possible answers for any multiple choice for a box and whisker plot. 0, 25%, 50%, 75%, or 100%. All right? That's like a quick little test taking strategy. I couldn't get that out for a second. All right? And that's been another quick mini lesson here for you. I'm Mr. Pugh. Have a great day.